Our next guest suggests Republicans will survive this shutdown. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina serves on the Senate Armed Services and Appropriations Committees. Senator, you have seen this movie before. You were a freshman congressman back in 1995. So what do you think about Republican prospects of coming out of this one without being blamed for it by voters?
Well, we'll take a hit in the short term, but 6 months from now, we're not going to be talking about the government shutdown of October 2013. We're going to be talking about how Obamacare is killing jobs and people are confused and can't sign up, and how bad the Obamacare is for the economy. So we'll take a short-term hit, but Democrats up for election in 2014 are going to have a big burden to carry into that election. It's called Obamacare.
But you have also been quoted as saying that you don't believe that the actions that have taken place in the Republican-controlled House have been the best tactic.
Well, I think the tactic of trying to defund Obamacare by shutting down the government where the president was going to bend our will never made a whole lot of sense to me. I think what the House should continue to do is attack Obamacare on all fronts, but the government shutdown needs to get behind us. But there is the idea of not negotiating by the Senate Democrats, to me, is absurd. Sit down with House Republicans. There's some compromise to be had on Obamacare. 34 Democratic senators voted to repeal the medical device tax, part of funding Obamacare that's killing jobs in the medical device industry. There's some common ground about Obamacare itself that would allow us to reopen the government and change Obamacare for the better. So our Democratic colleagues in the Senate are taking a very irresponsible approach, saying we won't negotiate with the House. The House has actually become much more compromising in nature. But here's something nobody's talked about. The government shutdown of 95 and 96 was before 9/11. I was just at a hearing about 15 minutes ago where Director Clapper and General Alexander, the head of NSA, said that 70% of our intelligence community has been furloughed. Not that they're not essential, but under the law, the only people who can keep on is the ones to deal with direct threats. They said that our national security is very much compromised by the government shutdown, that we're less safe. If that is true, have they told that to the Commander-in-Chief? And if what they told us is true, and I believe it to be true, where is our Commander-in-Chief? Why isn't he on the phone right now calling the Senate and House leadership and telling them our nation is at risk because of the government shutdown, is compromising our intelligence gathering capabilities, it will help the terrorists and hurt us in terms of defending ourselves? Why isn't the Commander-in-Chief leading to get a result here?
You said at the beginning of this interview that you believe that over the long term, the implementation of Obamacare is going to be a bigger burden for Democrats to carry than this shutdown is for Republicans. But at the same time, the message of Obamacare seems to be, and the problems in its rollout seem to be getting eclipsed by all of this talk of the government shutdown.
Yeah, you're very smart.
Well, thank you.
If we could get the government shutdown behind us, then deal with the debt ceiling. I'm not going to raise the debt ceiling yet again without addressing why we're in debt, but get the government shutdown behind us in a responsible way by negotiating. But maybe I didn't make myself clear. The director of our national intelligence and the head of the National Security Administration told me and other members of the Senate 15 minutes ago that our national security is greatly compromised because of the government shutdown. My question is, where is our Commander-in-Chief? Does he believe that? And what is he doing about it? Why isn't he on the phone trying to solve this problem? Robert Gibbs told him, a political advisor of the president, former press secretary to the president of the United States, gave the advice to the president as follows: sit back and watch this. Well, that is the dumbest advice in the world if you believe the government shutdown is compromising our national security. Where is our Commander-in-Chief at the time we need him?
The president has said a couple of times that he's not going to negotiate with Republicans about this current stalemate.
Well, Mr. President, call your own Director of National Intelligence, call General Alexander, and see if they will tell you what they told me. They just told me literally 15 or 20 minutes ago that the government shutdown is compromising our ability to gather intelligence and defend the nation from an attack. If that is true, the most irresponsible thing the president could do is say, I'm not going to talk to anybody to solve this problem. He's letting us down as Commander-in-Chief.
It is one thing to close the Smithsonian and Yosemite and other national parks. It is something else if, in fact, national security is at risk. Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, thank you.
Thank you.